This is a book review of Hopeless, and my book reviews will always be longer, so they will not end up being shorts. Okay, so I absolutely loved this book. Like, honestly, it was a roller coaster of emotions. It really was. Like, I can't tell you how many emotions I felt while reading this, but there's been a lot. I've been shocked, I've been happy, I've been sad, I've been angry, I've had secondhand embarrassment. I've had every single emotion I could possibly list in one book. And this is a series, so I'm excited to read the next series, but let me read these last lines. It says, "The sky is always beautiful, even when it's dark or rainy or cloudy, it's still beautiful to look at. It's my favorite thing because I know if I ever get lost or lonely or scared, I just have to look up and it'll be there no matter what. And I know it'll always be beautiful. It's what you can think about when your daddy is making you sad. So you don't have to think about him. I smile, even though what we're talking about is making me sad. I still keep looking up at the sky like Dean is. Thinking about what he said, it's making my heart feel happy to have somewhere to go now when I don't want to be where I'm at. Now when I'm scared, I'll just think about the sky and maybe it'll help me smile because I know it'll always be beautiful no matter what. I promise," I whisper. "Good," he says. He reaches his hand out and wraps his pinky around mine. The end. Y'all, I can't express what I felt while reading those lines. I almost cried. And talking about it is making me want to cry. Because Dean, when he doesn't feel like Sky needs enough emotions, he just wraps his pinky around hers like that. He doesn't do a full-on hand hold. He just wraps his pinky around her to give her at least a little bit of comfort. And he's done that. And give me a second. And it was never mentioned in the book that he did that in the past. And so the ending is him doing that when they were little. And it makes my heart happy. But I love this book. From page 25 to 488, I've loved it. It's been an emotional roller coaster, but But the one thing I loved about it was the plot twist. You see, though, like, this book, I couldn't stand it. It started off with it started off with her throwing things around the room, like, you're not telling me what's happening here. So I was so confused, and I was lost, and I was like, bro, you're just throwing things around the room, like, I don't know why or anything. So I was just not. I hate when books start out that way because then I have to read to find out why she's doing it. And if I don't feel like doing that, then I don't feel like doing that. And I didn't feel like doing that at the time, but I stuck with it, and I'm happy I did. Honestly, I looked to see when the plot twist happened. It was like 50% in, so it was halfway through the book when the plot twist happened. But honestly, I liked it from like probably like 15% in because that's when her and Dean started dating, and I was like, it was all like me was like smiling and being happy for them and all. But then I find out at 50% in that he's like keeping all these secrets, and I'm like, whoa, buddy, whoa, what are you doing? Because now all these secrets start unraveling, and then I'm like, this is eating. It's really eating. So what I'm trying to say is it drags. It really, really drags to like halfway through the book. Then the plot twist, it eats. Like if you skip any, okay, and also, yeah, like if you skip any of the weird parts, the inappropriate parts, then you probably will not understand what's happening. And because all like the quotes and stuff make sense whenever they're doing weird stuff. So like you just gotta stick with it and try not to like cringe or grimace or whatever you do. Stick with it. Like the first time they do something weird, that's when everything unravels. The second time, they share feelings. The third time, they also share feelings. But that's not like really the point. Because like my jaw dropped probably 5 times while reading this. And if my jaw drops more than 2 times, 3, let's give 3, then I'm giving it 5 stars. And honestly, it probably did it 10 times, not 5 times. Because it just kept getting better. It kept getting better. It kept having more secrets unravel. Like, it started off with this amount of secrets, and then every 13 years later, more secrets would unravel. I'm like, so, like, this book is set up by dates, the chapters. So, like, it'd be like, August 20, I think it starts off with October, and it goes back to August. That's why I said, like, I didn't know what was happening. But I think it starts off with August, like, the first chapter when everything starts happening, not the, like, preview of it, I guess. But, like, August 29th, somewhere around that. And then it goes to, like, October. But then in between, there's, like, 13 years later or 14 years later, there's, like, in between. And then that's when she starts remembering stuff. And it's just the plot twist. Whenever you get to, like, the third 13 years later, the third one you get to, trust. But I would give this book 5 stars because the plot twist. And it's also a series. I'm going to be continuing the series. I don't know if I'm going to immediately, but I will eventually, probably when I'm camping next week. So I don't know about that, but like I want to read better than the movies and nothing like the movies, and then come back to this, or read better than the movies, come back to this, then nothing like the movies. But this book has 4 or 3 other books to it. The other one I just mentioned has 2. So I have no idea what I want to read. I also want to read like Powerless, but like that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is like this book was really good and I loved it. It was scary at those one parts, but I had to read to understand what was happening. But honestly, I would read this book again. Honestly, I actually read like some chapters again after reading them again because I was like so shocked. I was like, hold on, I gotta go back. I'm trying my hardest not to spoil anything in this book, so like that's why I'm not talking deeply into it like my shorts are. So if you watch my shorts and you're planning on reading this book for my review or something, don't, because those spoil a lot. That's just my reactions to what I'm reading. But yeah, honestly, it was amazing. It was amazing. I took my mom's word for it. She's like, you should read this book. I was like, I don't like it. I don't like the first chapter. And she's like, stick with it. I stuck with it. My mom has a good taste in books, by the way. Other than the smutty books. But anyways, that's my book review on Hopeless. And like I said, 5 stars. Maybe 4.5 between those. But like, trust. Get like 25 pages in. It will start unraveling. It will slowly unravel until you get to like halfway through, but like 25 pages in is where it starts unraveling. 50, like halfway through is where it starts unraveling crazily, like non-stop. Like it doesn't stop unraveling. It's slowly and it goes fast. Like just trust. It's actually a really good book. Like I would suggest it to like not any like viewers younger than my age, because like you would not find this in a school library. Just saying. It's not appropriate, but like YA, youth adults, like come on, you gotta read this, like hear me out.